Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. It is Hunter, and today we have a little bit of a different video planned. Today we are fixing animatronic, specifically the 2019 Hugz the Clown animatronic. Okay, so far nobody knows on YouTube or in the channel knows that I own Hugz the Clown. I bought him um probably a week before my birthday. Um, and it's been months now, and I've just not gotten to do a video on him, and it's taken a lot of time to try to fix him. His fix is actually really easy. It's just his control box is kind of confusing. So I'm gonna take this video and basically explain to you guys how I fix my Hugz the Clown animatronic and any other lunging prop animatronics that you might have problems with. Okay, so I'm going to be basically just mentioning some simple things that you might need to fix on your any animatronic, and then going into the specifics about this specific animatronic. So first of all, some things you might want to look out for with a broken animatronic is check this rubber band here. It's kind of hard to see, but check that rubber band, make sure it's fully intact. Of course, mine was. You can also make sure that these wheels are fully working, as well as there is a motor back here. Whoops, had it out of view there. So there's a motor right here. There is a cap that goes over it. I have all the caps and everything off. So when you get your Hugz box out, you're gonna want to take those screws out and pull the black covering off of here and here. There's also going to be one here for where the wheels are for the rubber band there. So watch out for that rubber band. And the motor on mine, my motor completely stopped working. It did not make any noise at all. So I did end up replacing that motor. I had an extra one. So I would definitely recommend checking that, making sure that it is making a humming sound. And if it is, you know it is fully working. The last thing that I would like to mention is always check for your gears. The gears do like to split on the insides of these animatronics. I've had to replace a couple of these gears before, so that is also one thing you might want to check out for. So the main problem that I was having is he would lunge out and he wouldn't retract, like he didn't have enough power behind it. So I went ahead and took this whole box apart and found out that there's a tiny 8-tooth gear inside of this control box, and it tends to split. So I'm going to go ahead, unscrew this control box, and show you guys what I'm talking about. Before I actually get started on that, I would like to mention you are going to need a small screwdriver. This is one that I have in like a little kit. There are going to be 4 screw holes right here, 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 and here. And you're just going to want to go ahead and unscrew all of those. Okay, so it looks like I only had 1 screw in there just to hold it in place because I wanted to make sure that my animatronic worked. Next thing I would like to mention is make sure that that rubber band is off of this wheel there. Make sure that's off, and then you can actually go ahead and try to pull this up to the camera here. You can basically just push it through on this side. Just push that gear or little spindle thingy, and that motor will just come right out. So you want to make sure that that motor's out. And do be very careful because the wires are very delicate on it. The next step is you're going to want to go ahead and grab a flathead screwdriver here. I have this really tiny one that I'm going to be using. You can go ahead and flip this over, and when you do that, there's going to be this little like oval piece that pushes down on this button there. And that basically tells the animatronic when to stop. So this is also connected to this, this metal or a plastic arm thing, I guess you guys could call it. So what we're gonna go ahead and do right now is we're gonna go ahead and like ply this off of this metal square right there. So that's what I'm gonna do, and then we can basically get inside of the control box itself. So there you guys can see this is the little piece that comes off. So now that we have that off, we can actually go ahead and pull this whole box right apart, just like so. And these are all of the gears inside of one of these lunging props, specifically Hugz the Clown. So the main thing I would like to mention is, I'm going to try to bring it as close as the camera as I can. This little tiny gear right here, it's kind of hard to see where I'm pointing, but this one, that's the smallest one right here. This is the one that tends to break. This is an 8-tooth gear, and it has just kind of a blank plain base on the bottom. I'll put a link in the description where I bought mine off of Amazon. I think I might have paid $10 for a 15-20 pack for them. Um, and the animatronic works great now. So if you do have any lunging props like the lurching zombie, maybe the lunging wolf, or again Hugz the Clown, um, this is the main problem that they have here. It is this 8-tooth gear that just needs to be replaced. So it pops off of this metal bar right here. It's kind of hard to see there. So there's two metal bars there. It's this one right here, and that little gear just pops right off. And then you go ahead and, I just don't want any of the gears fall there, but this big wheel, it just pulls out this way. And then that gear will come off, and then you just slide a new one on, and it will work great. So because I already have mine replaced, let's go ahead and put everything back on, and then we'll test Hugz out and see how he works. Okay, so after that quick time lapse, this is everything screwed on. So like I said at the beginning of the video, there are a couple of caps that you need to take off. So this is one of them that you need to screw off there. This is one of them, and then this big box right here. So now I'm going to cut, and then we're going to screw this into Hugz and then see him in action. So now, since everything is all screwed on, we can go ahead and place our mechanism back into where it's supposed to go. It is a little bit of an awkward spot that you got to squeeze it into, but it just kind of sits right there in place. You can just leave it there momentarily, and then don't forget to connect this wire from it. But you're going to need these 4 screws with these lips on them there. And they just screw into the 4 screw holes here, and you can see where they screw in where the box is. So let's do a time lapse of that, and then we'll see him in action. Okay, so for the last final piece here, what we have to do is there's a smaller screw which has a smaller slot in there, so we're gonna have to get the smaller screwdriver. It also has a little bit of a smaller end on it, and this basically connects this bar. I don't know if you guys can see it here, but that connects to the control box, which basically lifts Hugz up and down. So let's grab that small screwdriver, and then we'll screw that in.
Hey there, friend. Welcome to the fun house. Come a little closer. We've got fun, games, and fun. I'll get you next time.